Ranking these Dragon Ball duos from worst to best. Let's go. I think it's pretty obvious who takes last place. I actually like Jason, the fact that for some reason they gave him an Australian accent, Moy. But apart from their little dance, these guys ain't offering too much. Next up, we got Krillin and Gohan. Not a bad duo by any means, but their time to shine was pretty much almost exclusively on Namek. And they were mostly serving a supporting role, which basically meant running away 90% of the time. Next up, we got Gamma 1 and 2. I like these guys. Specifically 2, easily the best part of Superhero. Unfortunately, their tag team got cut very short, which is a shame because I would have loved to see a badass fusion between them, something like Gamma 3 or Gamma Sigma. OG Dragon Ball fans are gonna be mad, but I'm putting Kid Goku and Bulma next. Again, not a bad duo whatsoever, including that scene that I can't show where Goku lays on you know what. But just like the previous entry, their time as a duo was relatively short-lived, and in this case, it was only really the first part of the original Dragon Ball. Later on, they pretty much split up and end up living their own lives for a while. Big boy territory, we are entering the heavy hitters with the androids. 17 and 18 were true menaces. Helps a lot that they're also twins, which means they're super coordinated. They were the ones that basically destroyed the entire world in the future timeline. I really like how they were just going around and blowing shit up for fun. Literally me in Minecraft creative mode. Every time I see a village, I blow it the fuck up. But you know who'd make a better duo than your literal twin? Yourself. Zamasu and, well, Zamasu, or, you know, Goku Black. The androids being menaces is nothing compared to these guys. They're such a good duo, they literally fused. I'm a huge fan of the character design for Fused Zamasu. I think he's one of the best looking villains. And technically, in that one timeline, they destroyed quite literally everything. That's impressive. Starting off the top 3 with Goten and Trunks. These two are kind of underrated and a little unfairly hated on if you ask me. The main reason being, honestly, these guys play too much. And although I agree that if they took things seriously, a lot of trouble would have been saved, but at the same time, these two barely graduated being toddlers. So I think them goofing off and not taking anything seriously kind of fit their character. I really like what they did with Mighty Mask. And in the Super manga, they are literally fighting the Cell Juniors, who are all alive, by the way, that's crazy. And the fact that they were able to make so much progress in such a small amount of time to the point where they would master Fusion and Super Saiyan 3 was crazy. And number 2, Gohan and his real dad. This is one of the best developed relationships in the series. There are so many callbacks and references, it's insane. We all know this fantastic scene where Piccolo sacrifices himself for Gohan, but a more obscure scene, which I think is just as great, is what they did with them in GT. GT did not do a lot of things right, but one of the few things they did do right was Piccolo's amazing send-off. Honestly, a super wholesome duo. But of course, the number 1 spot is reserved for Goku and Vegeta. From enemies to rivals to friendly rivals. These guys are always evolving, always one after another, always keeping up with each other. The split second Goku gets a new form, Vegeta's like, nah, give me 5 minutes. And you want to know why they're objectively the best duo? They not only have one fusion in Gogeta, but a whole separate ass second fusion in Vegito. Nobody else has that. Easily the greatest duo out of the list, and also one of, if not the greatest in all of anime. Let me know your ranking in the comments.